Jai Shri Krishna. Cheto-darpana-marjanam, bhava-maha-davagni-nirvapanam, Shreyah kairava-chandrika vitaranam, vidyavadu-jivanam, anandambudivardhanam pratipadam, purnamritaswadanam, sarvatma snapanam param vijayate, Shri Krishna sankirtanam, nam namakari bahuda, निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमितः स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवं निदृशः न इह जानि नानुरागः तृणादपि सुनिचेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनया सदा हरि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहितुकी त्वयि ऐनन्दतनुज किङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजस्थित धूलिसदृशं विचिन्तये नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गदगदरुद्धया गिरा पुल्कैर्निचितं वपुः तव तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रवर्षायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतां विनष्टु माम् अदर्शनन् मर्मतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-lila, Part 1, the Volume 1, Chapter 4, the confidential reasons for the Lord's appearance. And we read till 30th last time. We are going to go further now. So in the previous chapter, we have learned that Bhagwan came to establish the dharma for Kali Yuga, which is congregational chanting. Everybody should gather together and sing, do kirtan. So we heard that. But now in this chapter, we are going to listen to the internal reasons why he came. Before we get into it, I'll just explain you. Bhagwan came, Krishna came down on earth. One, to see, to experience what was Radha's love for him. And second, to taste himself this love. What is a devotee's love for Bhagwan? He wants to taste himself. Meaning, you love somebody. You look at that person and you say, oh, you're so beautiful, you're this, you're that, you are relishing that person. But the person sometimes does not know what that person is. Gold does not know that it is gold. We see it as gold. We see it as valuable. Gold does not know it is gold. So Krishna was one time walking in the palace of Dwarka and he looked at himself and he says, he's so attractive. Akarshak. His name is Krishna, means the most attractive. So he looks at himself in the mirror and he's like, wait a minute. Who's this handsome boy? Who's this handsome man? So good looking. Oh. And he looks at himself. We do that, right? When we are young, we look at our mirror and. So Krishna is looking at himself, is like, he's getting attracted. Oh, wait a minute. Who is this handsome? Oh, he's so handsome. He's looking at himself and relishing him. And then he thinks of, but all this beauty, which is reflecting in the mirror, I am relishing it from the mirror. But Radharani has seen me as I am. And she relishes it more. I want to see how she sees me. What is her bhava for me? And when I'm not there, still she is in love with me. What is that love that goes in her heart? I want to experience the love that is in her heart. And I want to experience, I want to taste it myself, and I want to experience what are the feelings she has when she looks at me. How will I experience that? Only if I become Radha myself, if I become a devotee myself, if I become that lover myself. I look at Radha, but that's my view. But her view, how she is looking at me. She finds me beautiful, she finds me handsome, she finds me attractive. I want to experience that. What is that love of Radharani? And I want to taste that love which the gopis also had, not only Radharani, the other gopis also had for me. So many people love me. What is that love? I want to taste what the gopis were going through. I want to taste what Radharani, because Radharani has a special love for him, right? It's a special love. And gopis are devotees, like devotees. So there are so many gopis. Who is a gopi? Have I explained to you many times? A gopi is that person whose all senses and mind are following the path of dharma. And who is dharma? Sakshat Krishna. Krishna himself is dharma personified. Ram himself is dharma personified. So who is a gopi? The one who is following the path of dharma is a gopi. So all the devotees who are following the path of dharma are gopis. And all of them love Krishna. Krishna is in everybody's heart, and all of them love them and relish him in a different way. What is that love? Krishna wanted to experience it himself. So love of Radharani and the love of gopis. There is slight difference. What is that? I want to experience. So these were two internal reasons. He wanted to relish the mellow of devotional service himself, and then he wanted to also relish the bhava, the feeling of Radharani. If if a girl wants to know what my mother feels for me, what is motherly love? If a kid wants to know what is motherly love, then the kid has to become a mother. And then understand why the mother is the mother. If somebody wants to know what's a fatherly love, if they become a father, they'll know. Why the father always feels responsible in his head for the family. He has just, it looks like, apparently it looks like the mother is more involved in bringing up the child, because the mother carries the child for 9 months. Father just gave the seed, mother carries for 9 months, then brings him out and working hard day in and day out. The father also has equal responsibility. Father in his head is always responsible. From where that responsibility comes? What is that fatherly love? So if somebody has to experience motherly love, fatherly love, they have to become that. Then they can understand. So from the child's perspective and from the mother's perspective. So the love also is a process, each other's perspective. What you see in the person whom you love. So Krishna wanted to experience what is Radha's perspective and what is the gopi's perspective. Why? What is that love? What are my devotees' perspective? He wanted to experience this. So that's why he came. So we'll go continue now. Ei Shuddha Bhakta Laya Karimu Avtara Kariba Vividha Vidha Adbhuta Vihara. Last time where we left, We left at the point where Krishna said, I will go down to earth and I will do some leelas there. This is in Krishna avatar. I will take the pure devotees with me. I will descend and sport in various wonderful ways, unknown even in Vaikuntha. I shall broadcast such pastimes by which even I am amazed. And all these pastimes will be done with the help of Yogamaya. She will cover up everybody, including me. Neither the gopis nor I shall notice this, for our minds will be entranced by another's beauty and qualities. Pure attachment will unite us even at the expense of moral and religious duties. Destiny will sometimes bring us together and sometimes separate us. The gopis came out to meet Krishna in the dead of night when they heard the sound of his flute. Sri Rupa Goswami has accordingly composed a nice verse that describes the beautiful boy called Govinda standing by the bank of Yamuna with his flute to his lips in a shining moonlight. Those who want to enjoy life in the materialistic way of society, friendship and love should not go to the Yamuna to see the form of Govinda. The sound of the Lord Krishna's flute is so sweet that it has made the gopis forget all about the relationship with their kinsmen and flee to Krishna in the dead of night. By leaving home in that way, the gopis transgressed the Vedic regulations of household life. This indicates that when natural feelings of love for Krishna become fully manifest, a devotee can neglect conventional social rules and regulations. In the material world, we are situated in designative positions only. But pure devotional service begins when one is freed from all designations. When love for Krishna is awakened and the designative positions are overcome. The spontaneous attraction for Sri Krishna in his dearest parts and parcels generates an enthusiasm that obliges Sri Krishna and the gopis to meet together. To celebrate this transcendental enthusiasm, there is need of a sentiment of separation. No one wants the pangs of separation, but in the transcendental form, the very same separation, being absolute in its nature, strengthens the ties of love and enhances the desire of the lover and beloved to meet. The period of separation, evaluated transcendently, is more relishable than the actual meeting, which lacks the feelings of increasing anticipation because the lover and the beloved are both present. एई सब रस निर्यास करीबे अवस्वाद एई द्वारे करीबा सब भक्तेरा prasad. I shall taste the essence of all these rasas, and in this way I should favor all the devotees. Then, by hearing about the pure love of the residents of Raja, devotees will worship me on the path of spontaneous love, abandoning all rituals of religiosity and fruitive activity. Anugrahaya bhaktanam manusham dehamashritah bhajate tadrishi krida yachutva tatparo bhavat. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10. Krishna manifests himself in human-like form, Bhagwan himself. Why? To perform pastimes. Why? To show mercy on his devotees. If he had not performed these pastimes, how would we know Bhagwan? Just imagine those who say, oh, Bhagwan is Nirakar. Nirakar means their concept of Nirakar is different. My concept of Nirakar, I've given you. That who is in every form is Nirakar. But people who are Nirakaris, they think, oh, God is formless. God is just an energy. They will not know what pastime God performs. They have nothing to relish. They are looking forward for something which is like the sunlight. Can you relish the sunlight? You'll feel it, but that's about it. Bhagwan comes down, performs this pastime, so we are able to connect with him. We want to say Bhagwan is my child. Why not? Devi is my mother. The funniest part is people will say Devi is my mother. And then they will get carried away by the philosophy of, oh, Bhagwan is Nirakar. Bhagwan incarnated so many times. Because Bhagwan has to give a proof of himself. He has to show us the path. Who else will? He created the world to enjoy. So the creator has to come to enjoy. He created us to enjoy various mellows. So he has to come and show it to us. And he incarnates. And he plays the games with us. The game of hide and seek. You have to understand. And this game goes on for billions of years. But when we open the pages of Gita and we understand, oh, we are just his part and parcel. I have seen who made me. I have seen who made me and put me into this bodily cage. I understood. And the game is over. Then you enjoy with the creator. So when you enjoy with the creator, there has to be some relationship with the creator. Some will say, oh, we don't want anything. Okay, that is called Shantras. We have it. We have a name for that also. Shantras. But someone falls in love with the creator. I love my creator. He created me. He gave me so much. I just love that creator. That creator is my master. And I want to show my love. The way he responds to me, I want to show my love to him too. So that person becomes servant. That creator has always been with me. He never left me. Always from time immemorial, Anadi Adi. Oh, he is the best friend. He is the only friend. A friend in need is friend indeed. Until and unless you have a need. That is for the worldly people. When you really have a need, you'll see the friends fleeing away. But this friend, he never flees away. He's invisible. But he will send you all the help you need through various people, through various situations. The time when you need it, it will come to you. And then you realize, oh my God, I was trusting so many humans, but none of them stood for me. Very few, but those who stood for me. Through them, Bhagwan has done this for me. So my only true friend is Bhagwan. And Bhagwan is like, yeah, the creator becomes your friend. And the creator comes down as Krishna, as Rama, to do all these roles, to tell us that you can love me like this. I am not a Nirakar. That is a partial understanding of me. I have taken so many Sakar roops, so many Sakar forms. I've taken so many forms. You can love me in any form. Wherever you go, you will see me. So he comes down, plays all these leelas, those pastimes for us, so that we can talk about this and relish over and over again. How many times you have heard the story of Krishna's birth? How many times you have heard the story of Krishna stealing butter? But this story never gets old. Never gets old. How many times we have heard the story of Yashoda Maya tying him? But the story never gets old. We relish it. How many times we have heard the story of Rasa-lila? It never gets old. We enjoy it. Because this is the story of Bhagwan. Bhagavan comes down to give us these leelas so that our minds, which are troubled by the worldly problems, can very easily get attracted to Bhagavan and his pastimes. And if that happens, we are in joy. So here it says, Krishna manifests himself in human-like form and performs his pastimes to show mercy on people like us, onto the devotees. Having heard such pastimes, one should engage in service to him. Bhavet kriya vidilin se iha kaya kartavya avashyaya anyatha pratvaya evanchayaiche Krishna prakatya karana asura samhara anu sanga prayojana mata chaitanya Krishna purna bhagavan yuga dharma pravartana na hetan rakam. Kaviraj Goswami says, just as these desires are the fundamental reason for Krishna's appearance, whereas destroying the demons is only an incidental necessity. It just happens while he's there. As for Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, promulgating the dharma of the age is incidental. When the Lord desired to appear this time, this was for another reason. The time for promulgating of the religion of the age also arose. दुई हेतु अवतारी लाया भक्त गणा अपने आस्वादे प्रेम नाम संकीर्तन. So he came for two reasons as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna came for two reasons as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. First was apane aswade prema nama sankirtan. He established the dharma of sankirtan and he wanted to relish himself this nectar of sankirtan, congregational chanting. Thus, with two intentions of the Lord appeared with his devotees and tasted the nectar of prema with the congregational chanting of the holy name. Sei dware achandale kirtane sanchare nama prema mala gathi paraila samsare. Thus he spread kirtan even among the untouchables. He wove a wreath of holy name and prema, and with which he garlanded the entire material world. In this way, assuming the sentiment of a devotee, he preached devotional service while practicing it himself. So one sentiment was, I want to practice devotion like my bhaktas do. So I want to practice it myself. And while I'm practicing, I will preach it to everyone, even the Chandal. Chandal is the lowest caste of India, caste system. They are called as dog eaters. Sometimes in olden times, the people of lower caste were not allowed even to enter into the temples. The society was like that. They were not allowed to hear Ved, Shruti and all those things. Even today, people follow that. This is only the privilege of the upper class. The Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, and the Vaishyas, the mercantile business community. Only these three classes have the privilege. But the lower caste, they didn't have. But should the lower caste not love Bhagavan? Love is a natural thing, spontaneous thing. When Bhagavan boldly declares everybody is my part and parcel, the lower caste is also my part and parcel. Bhagavan says, yes, the lower caste is from my leg, they come from my leg. And the Brahmanas come from my head. He mentioned it. The Kshatriyas are my hands and the Vaishyas are my belly. He mentioned that in one of the, and people just misunderstood it completely. They thought that lower caste means the leg is useless. Tell me, if the leg is not there, the rest of the three will be there. If the labor is not there, the lowest class, the Shudras are not there, then what's the use of, how will the Vaishnava, the Vaishyas, the Kshatriya, and the Brahman survive without this? The labors. Without the feet, how can the head be? And without the head, all of them have to be together. And Bhagavan says, all the four of them are my part. All of them can love God. Because yes, why not? All of them are their part. But only the three take this privilege and misconstrue everything. Then Bhagavan has to incarnate. Bhagavan has to give the name for each and every being in Kali Yuga. The Brahmanas have fallen down. They have fallen down worse than, in Kali Yuga, Brahmanas have become worse than the Shudras, lower caste. So there is nothing. They are not following whatever is given to them. But if somebody has to rescue them, how do you do that? Give them the name of God, give them the name of God. And Bhagavan says, I will myself come and I will inaugurate this congregation chanting. And I will become like a preacher myself, and I will become the one who will practice it. I am the one who will do it. So in this way, Bhagavan thought, and he became a devotee, and he came and he practiced and he preached even to the untouchables. Even they can chant the name of the Lord. दास्य सख्य वात्सल्य अरे ये श्रृंगार चारि प्रेम चतुर्विध bhakti adhar. Four kinds of devotees are the receptacles of the four kind of mellows in love of God, namely servitude, friendship, parental affection, and conjugal love. Each kind of devotee feels that his sentiment is the most excellent. And thus in the mood, he tastes the great happiness with Lord Krishna. But if we compare the sentiments in an impartial mood, we find that the conjugal sentiment is superior to all others in sweetness. Increasing love is experienced in various tastes, one above another, but that love, which has the highest taste in gradual succession of desire, manifests itself in the form of conjugal love. Conjugal love is the highest, sweetest taste. It's not that the other devotees are not great. They're all great. But conjugal love is more sweeter. It's like, apply it to yourself. When you are a small kid, you liked your mother very much, your father very much. You are a part of your father and mother. You liked your mother. And that love will always remain. But as you grow, then you get your friends in school. And you enjoy being with your friends. And as you become teenager, coming to home, yes, you love your parents. And your parents are still thinking you are just that same 5-6-year-old kid whom they can control. And parents will always have a complaint. Oh, my son is not listening to me. My daughter is not listening to me. Come on. They're 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old. They're entering into their teens. Their frontal lobe is developing. Their willpower is developing. Oh, my kid doesn't want to come home. He doesn't want to listen to me anymore. Yes, of course, they want to be with their friends. Quite but natural. They are in the natural state. You are making them unnatural. So what, we should not guide them? Yes, you should guide them, but become their friend. You become their friend. Then you see how they'll respond to you. You still want to be the parent. I met one lady came to me. She's like, my son is not listening to me. He's going on a wrong track. Can you give me some mantra to bring him on track? In my head, I'm thinking, mantra? mantra to bring your kid on track? So then I just asked, I became inquisitive. I'm like, how old is your son? So she says 28-year-old. So her son is 28-year-old and he's off track. And he sometimes goes and drinks. So then my next question was, is he married? She's like, no, he's not married. So I said, get him married then. No, 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 I'm waiting for my other daughters to get married, then only he can marry. So then I said, then leave him. He's not a kid anymore. He's a 28-year-old matured man. He goes to office. He makes his decisions. He must be in some managerial position, not whatever, something is doing. The people in the office trust him. Are you going and giving your advice even in his office work? No, 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 no. How can I give? He's an engineer. So I said, you just easily backed out right from there. So now why are you bothering him? He is grown up enough to take his own decisions. But here you are coming and asking me, give me some mantra so that my son, who is a 28-year-old grown up man with good beard and everything, who has seen life, who had 2, 3 girlfriends in his life, is now experiencing something in his life and is getting into drinking. So now you're asking me mantra. No, the only mantra is become friendly to them. Give them the freedom. Let them trust you. Let them come and open their heart to you because you are their best friend. The only way to replace is to become their best friends. Why do they want to go and sit with their friends? Because their friends are listening to them. And here you're always constantly judgmental. Because to you, the 28-year-old or the 30-year-old or the 40-year-old even, or the 50-year-old even. I've seen 50-year-old people. Still, they can't make decisions about their life. Why? Babuji kya kahenge? And I'm like, Babuji is 80 years old already. Your father is already 80-year-old. He can't make a decision for himself. He has to wear diapers. And you're still under that thing. You're not grown up. So you see why I'm talking all this. So there are different love that we experience in our own life. First is the parental love, which is very good. Second is the friendly love, where we are naturally attracted. And everybody at any age want to associate with the people of their age. Even at the age 50, you want to be with people who are, matured enough to match your vibe. A 20-year-old will want to match with a 20-year-old, 30-year-old with a 30-year-old, 50-year-old with a 50-year-old. So everybody wants friend. So that friendly love, that is called Sakhyaras. So one was the Sakhyaras is very nice. Vatsalyaras is very nice. We got love from our parents. Very nice. But when the parents become control freak, oh, too much. Too much to handle. Then friendly. Sakhyaras we want to have friends with whom we can go and share our. Even when we are angry with our parents, we want to go and talk to our friends. They will know. So Sakhyaras. And above that comes a conjugal love. Where out of all the friends, you find one person from the opposite sex, maybe nowadays from the same sex also. Times have changed and we accept. You accept them as somebody whom you love, with whom you want to spend your time. It is beyond friendly love. They are your best friend, your confidant, they will give you all the parental affection that you're looking for. So that love is called conjugal love. And that has the most sweetest mellow. We all have experienced. When you fall in love with someone, So here, Bhagwan, all this what we did in the world with worldly relationships and we experienced We had good experiences, bad experiences, all that. The same thing we apply on God. In the world, the same experiences might be good, might be bad. But when we apply on God, it is always good, 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 good. So all those devotees who are worshipping God in the parental relationship, Vatsalya, they are good. The friendship is also good. But that conjugal love with Bhagavan is something else. It's a little over. So here they are saying, he's saying that Ateva madhura rasa kahi tara naam swakiya parakiya bhave vividha samsthan. Therefore, I call it madhuras. Madhur means sweeter. It has two further divisions, swakiya and parkiya. Wedded and unwedded love. Love, when you fall in love, the next thing we have been trained. When will we get married? When will you get married? Marriage, 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 marriage. Love has to transform into marriage from wherever this thought is there. And marriage is like a boundary, a fence. If love transforms, it's like building a dam. Love is free flowing like the ocean. Love is compared always to ocean. So in ocean, those emotions that flow when you love somebody, that emotions that are flowing, those are like ocean, those are like river. Those are like the Ganges, pure. Have you seen Ganges when it flows in its full form? Or any river or any ocean. And now that ocean, you build a dam, fence. This will not flow. So the Ganges is flowing, and then it comes to some place, and then you build a dam. No, this should not flow. This should remain till here. Marriage is like that fence. So love was flowing freely, you were enjoying, and then you want to make a fence because our society has taught us marriage, love means marriage. Love is natural, flowing from God. Marriage, man-made fence. Now, when you make that fence, so that river which was flowing becomes like a pond. A river will never gather moss or any algae. The water will always be clean. Ponds, you go and see. After some time, there will be a green layer of algae. So when you try to bind love, the algae will start coming on it. It so happens in marriages. I'm a counselor, so I counsel many people, spiritual counselor. And I have seen this. Even after being loyal, people sometimes have the tendency to sway from their marriage. For whatever reason, they will blame it on their partner. The partner is not giving attention. And the other partner is very good. He's always giving attention. And in my head, I'm thinking, if you start living with that other partner also, no, in married life, it'll be the same story. I have seen people with good husbands, good wives, and swaying. So what is that attraction towards the other person? That attraction toward the other person is only the attention or the love or the lust. Beyond that, there's nothing. Then we are living in a society where I've heard people are in open relationships. They are married, open relationships. Because somewhere they accepted. So this thing has always been there. But all this thing that you do, it is only degrading your consciousness. Nobody is happy. Their consciousness is degraded and they're always in a guilty mode. So you are in the wedded relationship. There you are not satisfied. And then you're in the unwedded relationship. There also you're not satisfied. This is the reality of love when it comes to human platform. And people are dissatisfied. But the same love, when you apply it on God, I teach my students, whoever come to me, I'm like, don't go here and there. You'll not find love in humans at all. Rather, you're only contaminating your consciousness. Put all that love in Bhagwan. Put all that love in Bhagwan. And then you see how your heart will be pure. Do satsanga. Sometimes I've seen satsanga also doesn't help them. They want to sway and they want to taste that poison. They love it. So, okay, no problem. Taste it. No problem. You taste it. But keep doing satsang, keep doing satsang. One day, after tasting the poison, you will know it was the same thing, same useless thing there also. So one day you will realize, okay, now what Guru Ma was saying was right. Let me be just focusing on spiritual things. After some time, your age will also give up. And you will have tasted all the so-called love stories, all the poisons. And then you'll be done. And then you will come back to Bhagwan. And the moment you come back to Bhagwan, that will help you. So these rasas are called as Swakiya and Parakiya. Swakiya means in the wedded and Parakiya means out of your wedlock. So Bhagwan Krishna, when you see, he had 16,108 Ranis. Out of that, Rukmini loved him so much. Rukmini had the pride that, oh, Krishna came just for me. Bhaga ke leke gaye. Krishna took me away from the marriage stage. He loved me so much that I just wrote a letter. He knew my feelings and he came for me. And one night, Rukmini is sleeping with him. And in his sleep, Krishna is taking the name of Radha. 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 And she can see that tears are rolling his eyes. Radha. Radha. In deep sleep. Rukmini got restless. Who is this Radha? Who is this Radha? Next day morning, she waited. She woke him up. Who is Radha? I thought you loved me. But in deep sleep, you're constantly chanting Radha, Radha, Radha. Who is this? Krishna said, forget it. Let's focus on something else. I have work to do, and leaves. He leaves. But she's not satisfied. She goes and she goes to Satyabhama. Didi, do you know who is Radha? Out of 16,108 wives, anybody is called Radha? Satyabhama is like, no, I have heard about Radha. But if you want to know, go and talk to Rohini ji. She will tell you who is Radha. And Rukmini goes to Rohini ji. And Rohini ji then talks about Radha. Yamuna ji is the one who knows about Radha. Yamuna ji talks about Radharani. She's like, Radharani is the soul of Krishna. Even before we came in his life, Radharani was everything for him, for his childhood love. He left Vrindavan. He promised them then he will go there, but he never could go there. Nobody can take the space. Nobody can take the place of Radha in his heart. Rukmini goes to Krishna and says, Krishna, I heard about Radha so much. Now listen to this love. Amazing love. I was applying it in the worldly sense that, if Rukmini listens, she will create, she'll get angry. What is this? But no, Rukmini is more nicer because she loves Krishna so much. Love has that quality. You want to be happy in the lover's thing. So Rukmini goes and says to Krishna, Ma Rohini has spoken so much about Radha. I really want to see her. And I know you love her so much. I want to see her. What is so special about her that you love her so much? Krishna says, I have no words to explain her love. I cannot explain her love. I can only say that when she looks at me, her eyes just lights up, and I am only filled with joy. My bliss just goes on increasing, looking at her. And when she sees me happy, her love also goes on increasing. Whenever we met, there was always a competition between her love and my joy. And I could not match up with her love. I have heard a lot of things about her. People have spoken, I have got news about her. But I don't have the courage to even face her. I cannot reciprocate. I cannot reciprocate. Every time she comes in front of me, I get drowned in her love. What to say? Rukmini says, I want to see her, please. I have heard that after 100 years, this is like around 100 years. So there was a festival in Kurukshetra, Kumbha. They have to worship Lord Sun God. So Krishna announced that he will be going there. And the message went to Vrindavan, Vrajvasis, and Vrajvasis are like, oh, our Krishna is coming to Kurukshetra. Let's go there. Let's go there. We will see Krishna. And then they tell Radha also to come. You'll be able to see Krishna. Imagine now they have all grown up. When they were children, they were in love. Love has that spontaneous nature, that the childhood love. It's so innocent. Radhani has waited for close to 100 years just to see Krishna. The Vrajvasis have waited. Oh, that story of separation, you should read in Bhagavad. I don't want to get deep into it. All the Vrajvasis, those who were Yashoda Maiya, when Uddhav came, when Yashoda Maiya is talking also, her Vatsalya, her parental love started overflowing, and milk started flowing from her breast, thinking of Shri Krishna as the baby. Overwhelmed with love. Nanda Baba's parental love, affection, overwhelmed. Radharani, gopis, Uddhav, what Uddhav has seen, when you will go there, you'll know. So now this Vrajvasis are stuck in that zone where it is their small Krishna. Where it is that Krishna baby, or it is that Krishna friend, or it is that Krishna Sakha. They are stuck in that zone, even after 100 years. For them, Krishna means that Sakha who left them and promised that he will come, and he could not come. Maybe he was busy with his work. No problem. He's still our Krishna. We know how much he loves us. Let us go and meet him in Kurukshetra. And Radharani goes there. And they are all standing. The Vrajvasis are like simple villagers, all simple clothes. And they're waiting. And then they see a big chariot coming with so many attendants and music and drums and elephants and horses. Soldiers surrounded, and the big chariot is there. And somebody says, that is Krishna, that is Krishna, oh Krishna. And Radharani is in tears. She's like, that is not my Krishna. Gopis are in tears. Brother, whatever you're talking is not correct. That is not Krishna. How can that be Krishna? It is not Krishna. And Radharani just says to the friends, come on, let's go. This is some king who has come. This is not our Krishna. And she leaves. Rukmani is in the chariot with Krishna, and Rukmani is asking, Krishna, where is Radha? Show me in that whole crowd. And Krishna says, look at all the beauties. Look at all the gopis. And the one who is exactly like me is Radha. The one who is exactly like me is Radha. Only thing is she'll be very fair. But everything is just like me. Her actions, her face, facial features, everything will be like me. The one whom you find, but she'll be fair, is Radha. And she'll be drowned in my love. Her eyes will show. She's only seeing me. You will know. Rukmani just glances through the entire crowd, and then she sees Radha, and she just gets down from the chariot, and Radha is moving, saying with the gopis like, it's okay, this is not our Krishna. This is not our Sakha. This is not the one who left us. He's Sun King. Our Krishna was a very simple boy. He was a cowherd boy. This is not the one whom we came to meet. And Rukmani ji is following. Radha, Radha, stop. Radha looks. Radha stops and looks. Rukmani is like, you are Radha. I know you are Radha. Don't leave. I'll take you to your Krishna. And she holds Radha's hand and says, come on, this is Krishna. And Radha and Krishna see each other after 100 years. They can't speak. What will they speak? The eyes are doing the talking. Eyes are doing the talking. The love is flowing in the form of tears. They don't know. And Krishna is hiding his eyes because he's not able to answer to her. But Radha reads in between the lines. She knows. He has never forgotten me even for a second, as much as I have not forgotten him. Then Rukmani sees the awkward moment and the love. And she's also in a situation, she says, Radharani, can you accept my invitation? Please, I want you to come and stay tonight with me in my camp. Radharani is first reluctant because she says, no, it's okay, we have our own camp. It's okay. She's like, please. And then she looks at Krishna. Krishna is quiet. But Krishna's eyes are in anticipation of a yes. And Radharani nods her head, yes, I'll come. Just for Krishna. And in that camp, before sleeping, Krishna is there. Rukmani goes to the kitchen and brings a glass of hot milk. And then she gives to Radha. But Radharani is not used to drinking it from somebody else's hand when Krishna is in front of him, of her. Radharani remembers of those pastimes that when they were alone in the groves of Vrindavan, when they were young. Whatever Krishna brought, he fed himself to her. Here, Rukmani is coming and giving the milk. Now she can't go and say, Krishna, feed me in front of Rukmani. So Radharani is quiet. She does not want the milk. Because she is in the thought that, where are those days? Where is that Krishna who gave me, who fed me? She's in thought. But she's controlling her tears not to show. Krishna is also looking. Krishna is also in the same thought. Those days of Vrindavan, those groves of Vrindavan where I and you were together. But oh Radha, I know I'm helpless as much as you are. All the talking is happening through the eyes. And Radharani looks at Krishna and she feels, if I don't drink the milk, maybe Krishna will get hurt. If Rukmini is upset tonight, then it will hurt Krishna. Let me just drink the milk, forget it. And Radharani takes the hot milk and drinks it. So while she's drinking, Krishna is drinking too in his mind. And after that night, Rukmini takes Radharani into another room and says, this is your room for tonight. Take rest. And then Rukmini goes back. And then Rukmini brings oil and says, Krishna, can I massage your feet? And when she's going to massage Krishna's feet is all full of boils. Radharani is like, Rukmini is like, what happened to you? And then she looks at his heart that is also red. She's like, what happened to you, Krishna? You were just sitting here. She's like, you gave hot milk to Radha. She drank it. I just took the heat of it. And that's why the heat went down to my feet. And that's why the boils. So this was the love. And Rukmini is watching all this. She goes to Radharani and just falls at her feet. I know why Krishna loves you so much. I know what you are. You're so simple. And you have given that love. And and Krishna has given you that space that nobody can occupy. Even though you're not wedded. But your love is the highest love. So this love is called Parkiya. So Rukmani is in Swakiya and Radharani is in Parkiya. A love where there is no wedding there, but it is higher. But again, what Bhagwan did the Leela, if you try to copy him, and then you get into all those affairs, extras, it is only going to give you trouble. These Leelas are beyond bodily senses. These Leelas are to purify you. You can have a Parkiya feeling for Krishna as the only handsome man because there's only one man. There's nobody else's man. You can have that Parkiya relation with Krishna and it will purify you. But if you apply the same thing in your worldly relationship, it will bring you down. Your consciousness will be down. You'll never be happy. So when we talk about all this, I will keep reminding you, keep your thoughts higher. Keep your thoughts higher. Do not allow the tinge of lust to enter into you. Because we are talking about higher stuff. All right. So here, therefore, this is called Madhur Rasa. And this Madhur Rasa is divided into two things, wedded and unwedded. There is a great increase of mellow in the Parkiya Ras, in the unwedded conjugal mood. Such love is found nowhere but in Vraja. Vrajava Durganera, Ei Bhavaniravadhi, Tara Madhya Shri Radhaya, Bhavera Vidhi. Avadhi. She says, this mood is unbounded in the damsels of Vraja, but among them it finds its perfection in Sri Krishna. Her pure nature, mature love, surpasses that of all others. Her love is the cause of Lord Krishna's tasting the sweetness of the conjugal relationship. This love which Radha was having in her heart, Krishna wanted to experience that love. Love in separation. Love in separation. And that's why Krishna said, I will come. You know, when Krishna left, it was evening time. It was all orange in the sky. And Krishna did not come. Radhani kept waiting at the border of Vraja. And all the Sakhis are waiting that he will come. Oh, it's night only. When the morning comes, he'll come. And then morning passed away, he didn't come. Then evening passed away, he didn't come. Morning passed away, he didn't come. Radha Rani just wore an orange dress. That was the dress of separation. Like she's not interested in the world anymore because her world was Krishna. People take the sannyasi robe, the orange ochre cloth to get detached from the world. She says, I have nothing with the world anymore. My world has left me. She left decorating herself. She got into the orange robe. This story went to Krishna's ears. Krishna has gotten through that pain. And when he decided he'll come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he decided he'll get into sannyasa and exactly go to the same sentiments which Radharani went through. And he wore the orange. He became a sannyasi, detached from the world and attached only to Krishna's love. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did that. So her pure, mature love surpasses that of all others. Her love is the cause of Lord Krishna's tasting the sweetness of the conjugal relationship. Therefore, Ateva Shri Bhavangi Kari Sadhilena Nija Vancha Gauranga Shri Hari. Therefore, Lord Gauranga, who is Shri Hari himself, accepted the sentiments of Radha and thus fulfilled his own desires. Having first given hints about the verse describing the principal reason why the Lord appeared now, I shall manifest its full meaning. The loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are transcendental manifestations of Lord's internal pleasure-giving potency. Although Radha and Krishna are one in their identity, they separated themselves eternally. Now, these two transcendental identities have again united in the form of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. I bow down to him who has manifested himself with the sentiment and complexion of Srimati Radharani, although he is Krishna himself. Radha Krishna Eka Atma Dui Dehadhari. Radha Krishna are one soul. They have taken two bodies. Anyone vilase rasa aswadana kari. Thus, they enjoy each other, tasting the mellows of love. Suideya Seidui Eka Ebe Chaitanya Gosai Rasa Aswadite Done Hela Ekathani. Now, to enjoy us, they have appeared in one body. Dui Atma, one body. Two souls, one body. Or he says, they have appeared in one body as Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, I shall delineate the position of Radha Krishna. From that description, the glory of Lord Chaitanya will be known. Radhika hayena Krishner pranaya vikara swarupa shakti ladini namayanara. Srimati Radhika is a transformation of Krishna's love. She is the internal energy of Krishna called Ladini Shakti. Ladini Shakti is the one who gives Krishna pleasure and nourishes the devotees. So this is text number 60. Time is also up. So we will end it up at text number 60. The lot of text here. We'll continue the same mellow tomorrow. Let me see your comments. Sai has written something in detail. In your spiritual journey, you had mentioned that your goal was to find true love uninterrupted and without self-interest. Yes, always. The highest form of devotion is also Madhurya Ras because it is the highest love-filled ras. Yes. The differentiating feature of Krishna Bhagwan is that he just considers everyone's love and disregards customs or rules. Yes. The main purpose of Lord Chaitanya coming down to earth is to experience Sri Radha and his love. This leads me to think that love is the topmost emotion. Yes, topmost. After living in this world many births, it is very difficult to put love on such a high pedestal, as we can only know that we experience a love and it is usually self-serving. When we were young, romantic love was considered waste of time. Since 5 or 6 years after learning the BG, I am reminded myself that my kids and my husband are souls like me, and I should allow for their growth to happen freely and support their growth to the best of my capacity. Is this love? Yes, this is love. You give them freedom. Giving freedom for them to bloom is love. Love is not binding. Love is giving. Always. Leave them. I'm telling you, the one thing I'm teaching is be their friend, be their friend, be their friend. Teach them right and wrong. Even after teaching them right and wrong, parents are always worrying, oh, what if their kid does wrong? What if their kid does wrong? Don't worry. Your kid has his own wisdom. And even if he does wrong, even sometimes I always ask parents, I never ask the kids. When parents come to me, counsel my kid, I'm like, I want to first ask you, have you always taken the best decisions, even at this age? Have you always taken the right decision? Perfect. You're that perfect. You're teaching your children to take right decisions. Have you taken right decisions every time? Even at this age? When at the age 50, 50, whatever the ages are, you're not able to take right decision for your own life. Then why are you troubling your kids so much? You give them whatever is your wisdom. Your wisdom bites, they'll take it. And then give them the freedom to practice. And give them the assurance that if you fall down, if you have done something wrong, don't worry. Come to me. I am there. You always have my support unconditionally. Unconditionally. You will always have my love unconditionally. And you must mean it, not just by words. You must mean it from your heart. If your kid goes out, does not call you, doesn't matter. Give them love. Every time you meet them, give them love. Give them love. Never say, oh, what are you doing? You're not thinking of me. Give them love unconditionally. And you will see how they will behave with you. Give them the assurance. You may fall down, you may go up, doesn't matter. We are always there with you. And the kids will come. They will come. Because you are their pillar of support now. The kids astray because they don't find the pillar of support at home. And the parent will keep telling, oh, I was thinking for your best. I was thinking for your best. I was trying to do something good for you. You have not conveyed it. You have only conveyed your fear, your insecurities through whatever you spoke. You yourself are insecure, and that is why you are making your kids insecure. First, secure yourself. First, love yourself. Then naturally, and then love God. And then naturally the love will flow, the security will flow, everything will fall in place. Kids may do wrong. Kids may take decisions which are against you, your thought pattern. And why should they not? They are on their own journey. Let them apply their willpower. And then people become, I've seen parents becoming so judgmental. Oh, you went against my wishes, no? Now you're going to suffer. They speak this language. And the kids are doing very well. And then after some year, the kid will go back and tell to the parents, see, you were not my well-wisher. You were always thinking bad about me. You were always speaking bad about me. You spoke this, you spoke that. And the parents will, then they don't know how to even reply something. So I have learned a lot throughout so many interactions with so many people and plus my own life experiences. Develop yourself, love yourself, and then think everybody, God has sent you to share that love, what you receive, to share that security that you have received. And then you will see everything is in perfect place. All right. So yes, give them your support. This is also love. I feel like this is just affectionate caring and not disturbing fellow beings. This is dharma duty, isn't it? Yes. You are scientific, but you are also truly love God. I chant, learn BG, learn CC, but I do all this because it gives me confidence and strength to do my duties. Nothing is missing. This is what you have to do. Perfect. Keep going like that. Only thing is 100% trust that everything is going to be perfect. Even if something may go up and down, this is just like the waves of the ocean. Everything will be perfect in the end. All right. So with this, we will end it up and then we'll meet tomorrow. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Radha.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Now.
Hari Bol. Jayanti writes, Ma, thank you for such an emotional and vivid description. You're welcome. Take care.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.